Planes and pilots come from all over the world for the Royal International Air Tattoo, and the crowds, as ever, are expected to be huge. There's no question that Riyadh is a huge event, but there are fewer planes here this year and from fewer nations. Some, no doubt, will have been put off by the terrible weather that's affected this event in recent years. Others will have operational reasons for not being able to display any planes here. But others still, including the mighty United States Air Force, simply don't have the money to do air shows this year. Even so, there is still an awful lot here to see and do. The theme for this year's show is Sky Guardian, featuring displays of aerial rescue. And for one visitor, it's the first chance to see a Sea King up close since being flown to hospital in one after breaking her back potholing.
This was the final closure in my mind to be able to come and see a Sea King and learn about it, see what the inside is like, rather than thinking when they're no longer around, why didn't I do it?
We're here to cover the display aircraft. Obviously there's a lot of aircraft flying a very concentrated display this weekend, and there's a lot of aircraft here doing high energy manoeuvres, so we're here on the off chance that something should go wrong. We obviously hope it doesn't, but if it does, then we're ready and waiting.
There are plenty of historic aircraft on display too, including the oldest plane in the RAF's inventory.
It is in very good company here actually, as a 50-year-old aircraft last year, 51 now, so she's had an illustrious history in terms of both the air transport and air to air refuelling roles, and many will be very sorry to see her go. We expect a lot of interest this weekend.
The real draw though is the chance to witness some extraordinary flying. This year the Red Arrows are joined by the French and Italian display teams. So quite a show in store. I'm joined by the organiser and the Chief Executive of the RAF Charitable Trust, Tim Prince. Tim, it really is quite impressive this year, isn't it?
It's really good. The sun's shining. It's like we like to have air shows. In the years in the 90s, the air tattoo at Fairford here was always red hot. So we've had a few years recently of wet weather, but now this is spot on.
Now, there are slightly fewer aircraft, I must say, here than there have been in previous years. I know that the US Air Force have got their budget problems, clearly. Is that a factor here?
There are a few less, but we're still the largest military air show in the world. The United States military have gone through severe defence cuts. They've closed down about 33 squadrons, no flying with them. They've cut back on all air shows in the States. So we're disappointed, but we understand. And the nice thing is, other of the air forces of the world are here. I mean, the Greeks are here with a wonderful Embraer airborne early warning aircraft. You know, they're supposed to be broke. They found their way, which is great. The Colombians were coming. In fact, they've just cancelled. But the Brazilians are here, the Polish. We've got all manner of countries taking part. So a little bit smaller, but we're still the greatest. We're still the biggest. And you've still got lots of formation displaying teams, not just the Red Arrows, but some of their European counterparts this year as well. Oh yes, we've got the Patrie de France with us on Sunday. They do fantastic things in the sky. The Frecce Tricolori from Italy, they are just stars. They really paint wonderful pictures up there.
And while it's a great day out, there is a serious side to this. It is raising money for the RAF Charitable Trust.
Yes, it's an interesting situation. We started off about the Americans. This airbase is operated by the Americans and they lend it to us. Now that's really pretty good. And they lend it to us because we are in support of the Royal Air Force Charitable Trust. We've got 2,000 volunteers here helping run this airfield, in the control tower, running the fuel trucks, running the fire engines, building this lovely showground that we're in now. And it's all there to raise money and profile of the Charitable Trust, which promotes aviation to young people. And it also helps with its sister charities doing welfare work. Air cadets I think we're just close to £1 million they've had in recent years from us, so it's a good cause.